Hey guys, this is Heather here with Underwater Panther, and welcome to the Polarity Integration Series, a journey into the real architecture of the masculine and feminine. So, this series, we are not integrating this into personality types specifically. I do have a series on every single personality type. My channel is evolving, so I am creating I don't know, like 5 new series that I will be rotating in between. And so this one specifically is talking about the masculine and feminine polarity integration individually and collectively, not based on certain personality types. So we are on episode 2, the masculine collapse and feminine inflation, the hidden cycle driving modern relationships. So the core idea here is women didn't suddenly change, men didn't suddenly fail. We are living through a collective polarity imbalance caused by a historic collapse of masculine structures and a reactive overextension of the feminine. So, all right, so section 1, the masculine collapse nobody wants to talk about. Modern men are not weak, but they are uninitiated because the institutions that used to initiate men no longer exist. Historically, masculine structure came from apprenticeship, tribe and kinship systems, elders and rites of passage, community responsibility, spiritual or warrior paths, land, labor, and lineage. Those were the temples of the masculine identity. But today, most boys are raised without masculine mentors, masculine accountability, masculine vision, or masculine initiation. Instead, they inherit overstimulated dopamine loops, technological escapism, father wounds, financial and mother wounds, financial precarity, social confusion, and absence of purpose. This doesn't make men bad, it makes them untethered. A man without initiation becomes avoidant, numb, angry, insecure, or chronically ambivalent, not because he wants to be, but because the masculine path he was supposed to walk no longer exists. Section 2, feminine inflation, why women are exhausted. When masculine systems collapse, the feminine automatically inflates. Women become providers, protectors, emotional leaders, decision makers, planners, initiators, and stabilizers. Not because they want power, but because someone had to carry the weight. Women didn't rise because of ego. Women rose because the world demanded their rise. That's why the modern feminine archetype carries hyper independence, masculine armor, emotional vigilance, self protection instincts, and deep mistrust of men. This isn't feminism, it is survival mode. In the absence of the masculine stability, the feminine becomes the stability. But the cost is enormous. There's a loss of softness, polarity, resentment, nervous system fatigue, emotional burnout, and inability to receive. When the masculine collapses externally, the feminine collapses internally. Section 3, the astrological layer, Mars dethrones and Venus ascends. So I do talk about this a lot in my Aquarian Age series. I also have a huge master frame book that is 400 pages on this topic of the Aquarian Age, why it is Venetian led, and why we are needing to ground ourselves in the Taurus Scorpio axis. I'm going to go over a little bit of that here, but not as in depth as I do in the other series or book. But you need to understand the language. So we are living through a planetary polarity shift. Mars, masculine, no longer rules the collective. Feminine, Venus, is rising as the prime archetype. This shows up as women awakening faster, women leading spiritually and psychologically, women holding higher discernment, women rejecting outdated gender scripts, men losing the old provider warrior identity, and confusion around roles and purpose. Pluto and Aquarius, we had Pluto entered Aquarius in 2023, I believe, and will be in Aquarius until 2044. That is a generational collective thing going on. And so, yeah, we are being initiated right now. Pluto in Aquarius is erasing hierarchical masculine systems, but Venus in the Taurus Scorpio axis is rebuilding a feminine led world. This is not women overpowering men. This is the feminine correcting what patriarchal distortion broke. Section 4, the psychological layer, what happens inside each gender. When the masculine collapses, it loses direction. When the feminine inflates, it loses softness. This creates the modern loop. Men feel ashamed and withdraw. Women feel unsafe and overfunction. Men feel criticized and collapse further. And women feel abandoned and harden more. Both genders are stuck in trauma polarity instead of soul polarity. Trauma polarity, women lead from vigilance, men respond from avoidance. Soul polarity, women lead from receptivity, and men respond from purpose. We cannot reach soul polarity if we stay stuck in survival polarity. Section 5, the mythic layer, masculine death before masculine rebirth. In myth and mysticism, the masculine always dies before it is reborn. We have examples of Osiris, Dionysus, Odin, Jesus, and Inanna's descent, masculine death within the feminine myth. The masculine collapses we are witnessing is not the end of men, it's the end of a distorted masculine era. The sacred masculine is not weak, it is patient. It rises when the false masculine dies. Modern men are not collapsing, they are shedding an outdated operating system. Section 6, why feminine inflation is temporary. When divine masculine structure returns, feminine overfunctioning dissolves. Women soften when the masculine is trustworthy, the masculine is present, purpose driven, emotionally congruent, and the masculine is anchored. Softness is not a personality trait, it is a result of feeling safe. The feminine inflation was never a flaw, it was a placeholder until the masculine healed. The integration truth. No gender is at fault. We are in a planetary polarity reset where men are remembering their role, women are reclaiming their sovereignty, both are healing ancestral trauma, and the old paradigm is dying. Feminine inflation is a reaction to masculine collapse. Masculine collapse is a reaction to industrial, technological, and cultural upheaval. Both genders are navigating the same storm from opposite sides. And the purpose of this era is not to blame, but to integrate. So, in closing, when you understand the cycle, you stop blaming men, you stop blaming women, and you start seeing the truth. We are not broken, we are transitioning. The masculine is rebuilding, and the feminine is recalibrating. And together, polarity isn't dying, it is being reborn. So I hope you enjoyed this short video. Normally I'm filming for like an hour and a half. I have a lot of these that I want to crank out. I've got like 30 outlined already. I want to get into writing my books on this. So anyways, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.